Hi, welcome to my Pimp Me Sheet Show. Today's guest was on the show 2 years ago, and it was dressed in a GSG-522 conversion kit. Since then, the kits has become scarce and the prices has skyrocketed. It went from $30 to over $300 Canadian, a phenomenal increase. Percentage higher than Bitcoin traded during that same period. It's partly my fault for promoting the kits, but today I'm saying don't buy them. Don't pay those ridiculous prices. I will show you what to do with the money you saved. So today, my guest comes with no conversion kit and a lot of fancy outfits, never seen on the show before. All my previous furniture on the show has been sold off, so what you see today are all newly purchased, so these prices are current. Of course, some furniture you have seen on the show before, but not on a standard rifle. They're pretty common, so they deserve to be shown on a standard rifle. All were bought from an airsoft online companies or dealers, but not from eBay or AliExpress, which I found to be more expensive. Plus, I couldn't combine the shipping. Please don't ask me where I bought them from. Do your own research, because I did. It's not that difficult. Begin with Google search MP5 airsoft stock. I got 4 handguards, 5 stocks. That gives me a combination of 20. So let's begin. I'm going to start with the lowest price handguard and then work my way up, and each of those handguards I'm going to show you what it looks like with the 5 different stocks. So let's start with the triangular handguard made by Air Force. 2 years ago it cost me $11, and this time it cost me $15. Okay, no filing needs to be done. You just replace the old handguard like this. It just slips right on, and then you pin it. Get an MP5 pin, and you can use a 1 1/8 long and secured on the second hole right here. The first hole will be for your sling ring, so it's the second hole right there. Slip the back end first and then raise the front end, and then I usually slide the pin from the right side to the left like that. And actually the 1 1/8 seems to be too short, so I'm going to push that out and put a longer one, 1 1/4. There. And it is pretty secure, except I see that it's in a slight angle because the hole for the pin is a little on the high side, so it's little on a downward slope. So for the first combo, I'm going to remove the OEM stock and replace it with the first airsoft stock made by CYMA. It's a fixed stock. 2 years ago it cost me $15 US. Today it cost me $18 US. A small price increase, but it's well worth it because it comes with a nice pin. Believe it or not, some people paying $15 Canadian just for the pin. So you're getting, for $18 US, you're getting the stock and the pin. And it's a very nice stock. I love the stock. It's sturdy, solid, and it has a spot for the sling. And the nice thing about this, has a rubberized butt plate, and there's a secret compartment. You just slide this up or slide it down by 1/2 inch and then pull it out. And the reason for that cavity is you can put a spare mag inside, like that. Actually, it goes this way. And you can put this in and secure the spare mag. Okay, so does it fit? It does require a little bit of filing. And what you need to do is file this two corners right here. Okay, take a good look. You need to file this two corner to match this curve here. Okay, and I also needed to file the inside a little bit. So I'm going to remove the magazine because I want to show you what it looks like with the magazine. So let me slide this in. It's a little stiff, so I have to force it in. Then take the pin they provide you and slide it in. It's a little hard. Okay, it's a little tough, but it does go in. There it is. Okay, it's getting a little hung up over here, but it does go in. Okay, I'm not going to push it all the way in, but you get the idea. And here's the magazine, and this is what your first combo looks like. The triangular handguard with a fixed stock. Okay, now the second combo. Remove that and remove the stock. And the second stock is a retractable stock, also made by the same company, CYMA. And 2 years ago it cost me $10. This time it cost me $20 and no pin. It's retractable. The nice thing about this retractable stock, it has a rubberized butt plate, a spot for your sling. The lock is on the downside and not the upside, which I prefer. And these stock rails are made out of aluminum and not plastic like the GSG-16. So it goes right on like this, slides right in, and force it down a bit. By the way, you didn't have to do anything to this. No filing, no nothing, just slide it in. And then put the pin in. Okay, you might have to, it's a little difficult putting the pin in. Before I had to file the holes a little bit. Okay, let me see if I could put the, from this side. Yep, from here is better. Okay, so it looks like I might have to file the holes. Other than that, it fits pretty good. So here it is, completely retracted. Now I'm going to extend it. It extends into 3 positions. Very comfortable. Okay. That is the second stock. So, made by CYMA. And it is a side folder. And it does come with a pin. And there is some filing you need to do. There is a cylinder shaped plastic in the middle right there. You need to lower it down. I use a Dremel, and it goes in after that without any difficulty. Then I use the pin that's provided, and it slides right in there. This is a side folder. So there is a lock on the side. It's made of plastic, so don't slam it. And there's these two brackets on the side. It connects to each other, and there you go. There's a fair amount of gap between them, so it's easy to reach the trigger, and also it allows the ejection of the casing. Okay. And the butt pads is covered in rubber instead of plastic, and also cheek rest, there's a rubber cover on top of plastic. So not bad for $27. The fourth stock is made by SRC, and it's a PDW stock. It costs $40 US plus shipping, and this is what it looks like. It's quite a heavy stock. There's no pin, and this whole plastic is solid plastic. There's no gaps or air in between. And even this, so the back cover is also pretty hefty plastic. And the mechanism, the locking mechanism, is made out of metal. So it slides over easily, and you can always slide a pin in there. And these pins are, I only got the longest is 1 1/4 inch, and it's not long enough. You need 1 1/2 inch. So because of that, it kind of wobbles a bit. But not only that, the back cover is wobbly, but also the mechanism to the back cover also wobbles, and the stock to the mechanism is also wobble. You can even see just there's a 1 millimeter of movement. I'm sure I could file it to make it more secure, but before I fold this, I want to show you what it looks like. Okay, to fold this, very simple. Pull this up, right? Pull this up, and then fold it. Okay, you can reach the trigger. It's actually so close to the exit port for the casing, I'm sure it will hinder the ejection. So I don't think you could actually fire it with this folded. That's my opinion. Okay, so the last stock is made by my favorite company, CYMA. It's also a PDW stock, and it's the most expensive, $59. It's pretty heavy. Everything from here to the front is all metal. The only thing that's not metal is this plastic padding. Okay, it looks badass. I like it. Okay, again, this time you can't use these pins with the big fat head. You kind of have to use a one with a skinny head, and the reason why is because of this rod, the rail. It would interfere in it, so that's why I got a skinny head, and I also did a little bit of tapering at the opposite end of the spring, and you'll see why I did that. Okay, first of all, I can feel it's rubbing against the rail. So I'm going to push it back out. See, the rail's in the way. So let's pull that out. And to extend it, you have to press this lever right here. Okay, so you have to press that lever, and push it out at the same time, like that. But this will now got the rod out of the way. Now I can actually put the pin in, and because it's tapered, there it is. Now I got it in. See, now you know the reason why I tapered it. Now it's in. Now it's locked solid. Okay. I love the look of this thing. It's like this part is an AR adapter, but from here to there, it's completely MP5. And it has a two-lock system. This lock, this lever, is for the extension and retraction of the butt plate. And this one, this is a lock right here. And what that does is that it removes this whole back part. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Looks great. Okay, let me fold this. To fold it, press this button and it goes in, and then it goes into the space that's inside the adapter right here. There's 3 spots. That's one. You press it again, and then that's the third. Now it's completely retracted, which isn't much. Okay, now to extend it, you press this lever again and pull it all the way. What's stopping it from coming out is the second lever. You press the two together and then you pull it out. That's how you get that out. This is made out of steel. This is the only part that's plastic. To put it back in, you put it back into this hole, and then you press both of the levers at the same time, and then it's in. Okay. And to move it forward, just press this lever, and then it goes into the other hole, and then that's it. Okay. So that concludes the triangular handguard with the 5 different stock. Now, the second handguard is a one made by RC-106. It's a lighted handguard. I got this from a company in Canada for $25 Canadian, or that works out to be about $17, $18 US, which in my opinion is a damn good deal. When you consider this costs $15 and there's no light, I can get one with a light, and it came with 2 rechargeable batteries, which is inside the light. All that for $18, and it came from Canada. However, the shipping charges was $19 to mail it, but if I bought 2, it's $20, another $1 more. So guess what? I went and bought 2 just to save on the shipping charges. And I'm kind of glad I did. The reason why is because one of the light didn't work. So because I had 2, I could actually swap parts and figure out what was wrong with it. And what was wrong with it is this switch. Okay. As you can see, both the switch are very similar, not really well done. You can actually see the red wires in both of them sticking up, and you can see it wasn't put in very well. But hey, it's $17 US. What do you expect, right? But now it works. That one doesn't work, but this one works, and it does come with 2 chargeable batteries, like these ones. Okay, no charger, but 2 rechargeable batteries. So I like it. And here, see, it works. You press this button and you can see it's working. Okay, so for $18, I recommend it. 2 years ago, I got one and a light bulb broke. I recommend not buying that one, but this one is actually cheaper, $2 cheaper. So I'm recommending it because there's no price increase. If I were to buy the one from 2 years ago, it's probably now close to $30. Anyway, let's replace this handguard. Comes down, and let's put this in. Again, the back end goes first, and then push it up, and then push the pin across. Okay, I finally got it in. So how sturdy is the handguard? Not too bad, not too wobbly. It's still a little bit wobbly. Let me screw in the flashlight. There's a little bit of clanking of the flashlight. I think it's becoming a little on the loose side. I don't know why it's becoming loose again, so it's probably the glue has become loose from all the handling. Does the still flashlight still work? Yes, it still works. In terms of secureness, it's pretty secure, although like I said, the flashlight is starting to become loose. It just might need some more gluing, and it's still, there's a slight space between the fake suppressor and the flashlight. And okay, so anyway, this is what it looks like, the lighted handguard with the CYMA PWD stock. Okay, it's SRC side folder. With a lighted handguard. Lift that up, fold it, and this is what it looks like. Not too bad. Okay, that's your second combo, but it's a CYMA side folder, and let's put that in. Let's push it in. Yes. Let's fold this stock for you. This one also has a QD for the sling right there, and there's a whole bunch of points where you could also put the sling if you wanted. So this is what this looks like. Okay, so let's move along. By CYMA, you can see here where the handguard slid up. Okay, so it's not perfect, but what do you expect for $18? Okay, let's slide this stock in. Okay, this pin is starting to come out, so I gotta push this pin back in. Yeah, that's it. All right, so here is the fourth stock, retractable stock CYMA with the lighted handguard. Let me show you what it looks like retracted. Okay, the last stock let me push that in. Okay, so that's the 5 combo for the lighted handguard. It's a little flimsy, as you can tell. It moves up, and the flashlight has become wobbly. That needs to be secured again. Probably had to be glued again. But like I said, it's $17–18 US. You know, that's still not a bad price, and you can get that from Canada. So let's move on to the third handguard. And the third handguard is from Magpul. It's an SL handguard from Magpul. It cost me $80 Canadian, as you can see it from the price tag. It was shipped to me, and taxes, it was like $110. Now you can get that from the States for $50 US, but by the time you pay shipping and charges, you'll be coming close to $100. So anyway, and there it is. In the package, it also has your securing screw, which I will not be using. Do we need to file this? Yes, you do need to file this. Matter of fact, it was straight, and then there was a little cut about an inch in the back here on both sides. I basically had to file it to the same level. Okay, so it would be straight going down. Okay, otherwise it would come down this way, and then the cut, and then it would come back. So I had to make it all straight. Plus I had to file a little bit on the inside, the upper back. Other than that, that's all I need to do. Now I have to slide this in and raise the front. And I like to use the MP5 pen. Now I have to raise that. Now push this up, but don't push it to a point where you're going to bend the barrel or the gas block, okay? So be careful when you're doing that. Make sure you're not overbending it. And that's the reason for why I had to file the top of the handguard, because if I didn't file it, it would push the charging tube too much and would actually bend the whole system. So you don't want to do that. Now once that is all done and it's in, it's very secure. It doesn't even budge an inch. So yes, this is very good. So this is the first combo, the Magpul SL handguard with the fixed stock. Take a look. Okay, the next combo for the Magpul CYMA retractable. Put this in. This is what it looks like retracted. And this is what it looks like extended, fully extended. Looks pretty good with the Magpul, you see. The grip is great. It's vented, and it's an M-lock vented vents. It feels great in the hand. Most Magpul handguards it feels great to hold on to them. They're just great. Okay, so that's your third one. No, second one. Now we're on to the third stock. The third stock is also by CYMA, and it's a side folder. And here I'll show you what it looks like with the Magpul. And there it is. And I will fold it for you so you can take a good look. Oops, hit the light. Okay, that's the third. SRC. Yeah, it needs a longer pin for sure. Otherwise it's quite wobbly. And this SRC side folder, not only does it have a solid plastic, solid metal mechanism, solid plastic back cover, but it also has a metal sling. Really nice. Unfortunately, it just wobbles a little bit, which I can tinker around with it and make it better. I'm pretty sure I could. Okay, last combo for the Magpul handguard CYMA PDW, which happens to be my favorite stuff. Okay, make sure it's completely extended before you put the pin in, and remember I tapered the pin so it would go in easier, and then I have to push it in. There it is. Here it is. I think this stock just looks badass. Love it. Here, I'll fold it, press this lever, and it slides into the back of the cover like that. Goes in one more time like this. This is completely retracted. Pull that out, push the pin out. No, actually, let's leave it in. Next is the last handguard. So let's remove this handguard. Slide the front down and pull it forward. Okay, this next handguard is made by Mad Dog, and it cost me $54 US. It's an all aluminum handguard, all M-lock. Okay, let's move on to the Mad Dog handguard, and here it is. It's a very lightweight aluminum. M-lock, lots of vents. Okay, it comes with a package of brackets and screws. Here's a back bracket. Front bracket, a metal sleeve, a screw, and 3 small screws. Okay, so you need a back bracket, and you need to slide this in the back like this. Make sure when you slide it in, it is centered. Yes. Just make sure. Here, let me remove the magazine. Here is the bracket. You just see that right there. You slide it, wedge it between that screw holder right there. That screw holder. This is the bracket, the back bracket. Wedge it in between the receiver and the screw holder, and just make sure that screw hole is centered. Okay, now you take the front bracket, and I had to make sure it gets up higher, I beveled it on each side 45 degrees, actually more than 45 degrees angle. From here downwards, it looked like maybe even a 50 or 60 degrees downwards. Okay, and I also had to drill partly in here to make extra space for this piece, this screw holder. So basically it goes in like this. Okay, like that. Okay, see that? Okay, so let me summarize this bracket. I bevel this part so it would match the angle of the tube. Okay, and I drilled this part about 1/8 of an inch deep, so the screw holder would go inside it. Okay, so it would actually go inside it. Now make sure the screw head's on the right side and the screw thread is on the left side. So you put it in like this. Okay, and that is the reason, because I needed to have that go as high as I could. So this is what I did. Okay, don't forget I drilled a hole about 1/8 inch deep, beveled this angle downwards about 50 or 60 degrees. Okay, now I'm going to add that on to the front part of the handguard. Okay. Now don't forget, oops, I was just saying that the screw head is on the right side, not on the left side. Okay, so there it is. Now I'm going to take these small tiny screws and secure it. And I'm going to screw it in. That's one there, and I'm going to do a second one here. Do the third one on the bottom. Okay, now that is all secured. Now I'm going to put this, the back of the handguard, onto this back bracket, and it's just simple as sliding over it. I don't need to attach this back bracket to the receiver because it basically clips on and wedges itself. So I think that's good enough. I don't need to actually do anything more with it. So if I just push that in, and it goes in there like that. And now I'm going to make sure to use the front screw. Goes in here and goes right across that hole. Okay, I'm screwed in now, and it comes right through the screw. I have one more tiny screw to put on. Which is this one. Just need to line this up a bit. There it is. Okay, that's in. That's good. Now let me feel. It looks pretty secure. Now this is my favorite setup. It's the Mad Dog aluminum handguard M-lock. Very light, along with the CYMA PDW stock. Remember this name, PDW stock. This is my favorite setup with the GSG-16. Okay, press this in. I don't actually need the sleeve. Press this in and fold it all the way in. Okay, let me put it all the way in. And there it is. My favorite GSG-16 setup furniture. Okay, on to the next stock. Is the SRC side folder. This is with the Mad Dog aluminum handguard. Okay, Remove that. Next, CYMA side folder. $27 US, far cheaper than AliExpress, which is like $50 plus $20 shipping. Pretty good. Nice. Okay, on to the next stock, which is a CYMA retractable. And last but not least is the CYMA Fix, which in my opinion goes with everything. No matter what type of handguard you have, this stock, pretty cheap, 18 US, goes with everything, no matter what type of handguard you have. Okay. So that kind of concludes the 20 different combinations of furniture you can put on your regular GSG-16 with the 16-inch barrel. In conclusion, don't spend over $300 on a GSG-522 conversion kit. Instead, spend that money on a Mad Dog aluminum M-LOK handguard, CYMA PDW stock, and an LPVO scope. These cost me a little over $300. Spend it on that. So thank you very much for joining me, and please subscribe.